I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, man. It feels good to finally be over all of my childhood trauma and finally be in my place of peace after dealing with all that trauma and all that negativity and all that negative energy and all that negative vibe. It feels good to finally be able to shake it off and finally be able to say I conquered it. And I'm going where I'm supposed to go. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm standing in my full, complete power. And I conquered it by being honest about it. It was ugly, it was toxic, it was negative, but I'm living proof that you can conquer it all if you choose to believe in yourself and you choose to believe in your power and you choose to trust what you know you believe in and you're willing to do the work and be honest and work through it all. I'm living proof that you can make it out and make it on the other side and be happy. It may start negative, it may start toxic, it may start hurt, but if you're willing to work through it and get past it, you can do it. And that's what I'm gonna be living proof of. Just because it started negative, just because you had things that happened to you that you didn't forgive, or things that happened to you in your past that you didn't want to forgive, you can forgive that and overcome it and fight through it all and become a better person still, and become a better leader still, and become a better individual still. It's all about what you choose to let affect you. If you choose to let it weigh you down, it will weigh you down forever. And you can choose to never get over it, but all that will do is cause you to hate the world and blame the world for your problems. The best way to get over your trauma is to encounter it, deal with it, and get over it. Find a peaceful resolution. That is what life taught me. You can't run from your trauma no matter how traumatic, how painful, or how emotional it makes you. You can't run from it because it hurts. You have to go through it and embrace the pain. Because once you embrace the pain, you will find the pleasure and the light on the other side. But to find the light on the other side, you have to be willing to go through that pain. You have to be willing to go through that hurt. You have to be willing to go through that emotion. You have to be willing to go through that uncomfortable time to get to that good time. And a lot of people in this generation ain't willing to go through it. They much rather blame somebody or much rather make an excuse than they would to accept what they are and accept their pain and accept their trauma. But I feel like to truly heal in this generation, you have to confront whatever bothers you. You have to make peace with it. And you have to find a way to come over it. Even if the person or the situation doesn't forgive you, you have to forgive yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to carry that trauma on into your life and on into other relationships and on into other situations, and nothing is ever going to get better. You're going to compete, you're going to keep repeating the same life cycles with the same people in the same life situation because you refuse to heal. If you don't heal, pain is going to keep happening. You have to heal. That is my one thing. Heal. Fix it. I don't know what you have to do. I don't know who you have to talk to. I don't know what you have to fix, but fix it. I don't know who needs to hear it. You have time. Fix it. Forgive it. If you can't talk to them, write them a letter. If you can't write them a letter, send them a text. If you can't send them a text, send them an email. If they ain't got no social media or nothing like that, do it old school way. Write them a letter and mail it to them. I don't know. Whatever you got to do to bring yourself peace. But you have to bring it to a resolution. It's been long enough. You've been holding on to that trauma for years. It's time to let it go. It's time to improve because I'm pretty sure whoever it is, they done improved in their life. Why you sitting there holding on to it, making yourself sick, losing sleep at night, not being comfortable? They moving on with their life. You move on with yours too. You deserve to be happy as they are. You deserve to be as positive as they are. You deserve to be as upbeat as they are. And I know because I used to be that way. I used to be that negative person. I used to be that person that held grudges and felt like I ain't gonna forgive this person until I realized it wasn't doing nothing but hurting me. But the minute I forgave them and made peace with the situation, I became happier than I've ever been in my life. So I can tell you from personal experience, let it go. You're just hurting you. You're not improving anything. You're hurting yourself and your own development. Let it go and learn to let God and let it be what it is. You can't bring people back. You can't save people. You have to make peace for your own good. It's one of the toughest things the spiritual journey ever taught me. Even if you can't make with peace with that person, you have to make peace within yourself and give yourself that peace and give yourself that time and give yourself that appropriate amount of time to heal. Because if you not, you gonna be damaged and everything you get gonna be damaged and you not gonna learn to love the proper way. You're not gonna learn to care about nobody the proper way. You're not gonna learn to be there for nobody in the proper way because you used to unhealthy relationships. You used to doing things the toxic way. And I know because I used to be like that too, till I learned what the right way was and the correct way to take care of somebody, the correct way to love somebody, the correct way to support somebody. And that's okay if you don't know. Your parents taught you the best they could. It may have not been the best way, but they did the best they could with what they had. But the great thing about life is you get older, you have choices to make. You can change everything and you can be the one to set it right. You can be the first one in your family to show your family true love. You can be the first one in your family to show your family their different side. You can be the first one to change everything. You just have to take the initiative. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming other situations. Stop blaming other avenues. Stop blaming where you from. Stop blaming everything else and fix yourself. Even if you the first one to change, it don't matter. Somebody had to be the first one to do something. If wasn't nobody the first one to do nothing, we wouldn't have all the inventions and things we got today. Somebody had to be brave enough to be the first one to step out there and change history. Why don't you do that for yourself? Starting one day at a time. You reset your family history. You be the innovator. You be the person that changed everything. I know I'm aiming to be, but that's just my personal opinion of my life and my life journey and the things I learned that brought me peace and bring me happiness in my life every day. And that's my personal estimation of my life and my life journey and my understanding of my own development and my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion though.